Hello my amazing art friends. Last rotation we learned all about the Japanese artist Yayoi Kusama. We learned that she loves to make polka dots and that she creates these awesome sculptures and uses a lot of pattern in her work as well. So what we did was we used organic shapes to draw a pumpkin, and we tried to make it look 3D by adding some extra sections to it, and we filled it with a variety of sizes of polka dots because Yayoi Kusama is the polka dot queen. And so we chose either a warm or cool pumpkin, so we used the element of art color. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to create a pattern in the background, and we're going to be using a contrasting color for the background. So if we chose a warm color for our pumpkin, we need to pick the contrasting or the opposite color for our background. So that would be a cool color. So for example, if I had an orange pumpkin, I would need a cool background, so I could use either green, blue, or purple. Okay, so and in our background, we're going to be using the principle of design pattern. We're going to create patterns using lines and shapes. Let's get started. Okay friends, so last time we created our pumpkin, and so now what we're going to do is we're going to cut it out, and then you could choose either a warm or a cool pumpkin. And so once we cut it out, we're going to pick either a warm or cool background, whatever is the opposite of your pumpkin. That way there is some contrast. So you're going to cut out your pumpkin. You can either cut right on the line or right next to it, whatever you feel more comfortable with. Once you are done cutting out your pumpkin, you're going to pick the opposite type of color for the background. So I have a warm pumpkin, so I will need a cool background. I have this blue. So see how my pumpkin stands out because they're contrasting each other, they're opposites. My pumpkin is warm, my background is cool. And on your background, we're gonna be like Yayoi Kusama, and we are going to add a ton of patterns. So you can either draw your patterns, or you could cut out paper and glue it on to create patterns. Your patterns can be anything you want. You can make a pattern of stripes with some cut paper. You could make a pattern with smaller pieces of paper all spread out, or maybe even in between. There are so many things that you can do. If you don't want to cut out paper, you can draw your patterns. So here I have just some crisscross lines all drawn all crazy kind of on my paper. So once you have your background, then you're going to glue your pumpkin right on, and you are done. Here's another example. It's a little bit bigger paper, a bigger pumpkin. My cool pumpkin with my warm background, and I drew some triangle shapes on for my background. So there are lots of ideas, lots of patterns that you could use. And so once you glue it on to your background with your patterns, you're going to take a picture and upload it to Schoology for me to grade. Happy creating!